Well, hello there, friend. Hey, thanks so much for stopping by. Andrew Najera here at Drew Installs Hardware. Today we're going to be installing a Trimco 1283-2S. This is a floor stop holder. And man, these work great. These are so fun to install. Here's the tools you're going to need. You're going to need a roto hammer, a drill, an impact driver with a number 3 tip, a Phillips head screwdriver, a 5/16 roto hammer bit, a 3/16 inch long drill bit, a countersink, a step bit, a tape measure, a hammer. Let's get to it. So we got to mount this strike to the ground first, and that's the way I start these installations, is with mounting the strike where it needs to go. So we have a limitation here where we need to, we can't install anything that goes to the concrete more than 4 inches away from a wall due to a tripping hazard. So here I'm trying to position this strike within 4 inches. And the curb kind of goes in behind the wall. I'm not measuring off the curb because the handle's going to hit the wall here. So I'm measuring off of that. That's where I'm measuring my 4 inches off of. So here I'm making sure the part that sticks up on this strike is less than 4 inches away from the wall, and we should be good. So here I'm going to mark those 3 holes, and I'm going to drill those 3 holes with a 5/16 drill bit, and that will work well with the supplied anchors they give you with these. So I'm going to put these supplied anchors at this particular location. We have a separate spec on how these are going to get attached. For now, we're going to attach them just like this, and then we'll come back later and give them the special attachment that's required for this project. But yeah, sometimes those holes will wander on you, so once you get those anchors in, just get each screw started. Don't drive them home yet because those holes are going to be a little off. Get each of them started and then drive them home, and you'll be good to go. Yes, sir. All right. The strike is installed now, and it's solid. Now we got to figure out about how to position this holder. Man, look at that. It's going to mount through the door. And I'm going to tell you something here. We get lots of different types of hardware, and lots of different types of hardware come with templates. I don't know why they don't give us a nice factory template with these guys, but man, I sure would love one. In every 10 pack, just put one template in there for us. That would be amazing, instead of us having to make one. But yeah, we make a template, and I need to try to keep this up high enough to clear where we're going to have a sweep, because most of these exterior doors are going to get a sweep. So I'm trying to keep this holder portion that goes to the door a little bit higher up, where it'll still hold but won't be in the way of my sweep. This is a pretty low-tech way that I do this portion. I just mark kind of the outside of where I'm holding it in place, of where it's hitting that strike, and then I have a little homemade template. This is just a piece of cardboard. This is a little bit denser piece of cardboard. I've had it for a while, and I just keep using it. Hey, factory, manufacturer, I would love a template for these. Please give me a template. Anyway, hey, this works though also. But yeah, so I've marked the 3 holes, and now I got to drill those holes all the way through the door. So to start with, I'm gonna just drill through the first layer of skin here. And this is kind of sad because not too long after this drill died. And man, that drill, he's been with me for a while, drilled many holes, installed lots of hardware, but they wear out, man. It's kind of sad. This may be one of his last hurrahs, but haven't replaced him yet. I have a smaller drill that I kind of had kept around that I've been using, but yeah, this guy's put in a lot of work. So now I'm using that drill block to give me a straight hole through, and then on this side I'm putting a 5/16 hole. So I'm doing 2 steps there. That's a 5/16 hole now. And on the other side, I'm just going to do a 1/4 inch hole, so just one step up from that 3/16 hole I drilled. And then you'll see the reason why here pretty soon, because I'm going to countersink the push side, the side that the screws are going to come through. You might be saying, why are you countersinking those? Because I've installed these before, and I know they come with washers that are supposed to go through, that the screws are supposed to go through washers that then mount. So why are you countersinking? And hopefully you'll be able to see that here in just a minute. The reason the other side I drilled a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch is because in case any of these holes are off a little, if you drill the other side a little bit bigger, it gives that screw a little room to move around if you had to. So yeah, here are those washers, those beautiful beauty washers they give you. But I'm not using them. I countersunk the holes in the door because this door is going to get a kick plate. And because it's going to get a kick plate, if I countersink these holes, those screws are going to hide behind the kick plate. They're going to mount flush to the door, and then the kick plate can mount flush over the hole, over those screw heads. And so that's what we're going to do here. Here I'm poking those screws through. So you see I just have those little threads poking through. And to start to mount this, I'm using just a screwdriver. And I'm just going to get that top, middle, just start that threaded. That's it. As long as there's a couple threads grabbing, that's good. And then I'm going to get the next one so I can move it around and get the next threads attached. The second one is attached. And then here I'm going to get the third one just attached, barely. You can see I'm going to push it back and forth. Each screw is started cleanly, and that's great. That's exactly what I want. I'm doing a little jazz hands there for you, and that's helping somebody somehow, somewhere. But yeah, and now I think I tighten them the rest of the way up with the just the screwdriver, but I'm going to finish them with the impact just to make sure they're all the way tightened. And that with those screws and with the countersinking, they're going to dimple just a little bit to make sure that the kick plate sits really flush, that there's no protuberances coming through, if that's even a word. But yeah, so sweet. Yeah, this thing's almost done. Just give it just a couple clicks. Click, click. Click, 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 click. All right, yes. Very nice. Now it's very solid. Let's see, does it work? Oh boy, does it work. That is what we were looking for. My goodness, that's exactly what we were looking for. Hold that door open. That's great. So we'll come back behind, install a kick plate. You'll never see those screw heads. Oh man, thanks so much for hanging out with me and watching me install this Trimco 1283-2S. Until I see you again, let me just say, happy hardwaring, everybody.